heritage, reclaiming it.
Hello, and welcome to the Spiritual Reality Show. I'm your host, Vibeke, and I have my co host with me, Janet. Hello, say hello.
Hello, my
What are
phone
you
just came
doing?
on. When we check
Okay,
this thing, my phone like wants to just come back on, and I'm going to shut it off because I don't want it to do that again. I don't know what's going
good. You set a
on. Our
reminder.
show,
That's good.
this show.
Oh, yeah. So I can see that your stream is lagging a little bit, but you're probably going to go back and forth. So hopefully we'll have a clearing right now.
Okay.
Would you like to do a clearing and for us, Janet, and just center us, and we'll do the cards, and then we'll
Sure,
get into the
sure.
topic? Perfect.
Yes. You know what? I was thinking, I feel like I need a bowl. Let's do a bowl. A little one. I have a little one here. I have my little bowl. And if we use sound, sound is very powerful. And sometimes that'll get everything clear and on track. So here we go with my little bowl. So as we listen to the sounds of this bowl, the first sound of the universe, the first utterance, the first presence of the universe that was known was sound. So here we are clearing the sound with sound, this energy, any energies that are not for our highest good here today, for the show, for anyone watching, for anyone further watching and the recording. We are asking only the highest frequencies to come in, the highest and most positive frequencies that are aligned with our highest good and our highest Christ consciousness is allowed into this space right now. And any other low or dense energy that is not for our highest and best good, that is not in alignment for us and our highest Christ consciousness, is allowed to flow out. See it flowing out, up a pillar of light, going back to source to be transmuted into light. Ooh. So we can just do a little quick grounding, and we're going to ask you to just picture your feet on the ground, or if you're sitting, have your feet on the ground, or if not, send your roots down into the earth. As we always do, we send those crystalline roots down into the crystal in the center of the earth, the heart of Mother Gaia. Wrap your roots around her, and she will send up her beautiful unconditioned light. That beautiful golden light comes flowing up those roots of light, up through the layers of the earth, up into the bottom of your feet, up through your legs, up into your belly, up through your arms, into your chest, up and through your neck, and then up through your head, and see it go right out the crown. Send it right out through the roof of the house or the building you're in or wherever you are, out into the sky. Send it up into the universe, way, way up. Keep going up. And you're going to send it way out. We're going to go as far. Just imagine the cosmos now. You're way out in the cosmos, the beautiful purple inky universe. And there's one particular star twinkling at you. Send that beautiful light to that star. Connect with it, that beautiful Gaia light. And now you've become one with that light. And this is your soul family, anyone who's been with you in this incarnation, and anyone who is constantly traveling with you. And ask them to help you on this journey today through this holiday season, which is always very stressful and challenging to people. And now we're going to send that light to the central sun. And the central sun is our beautiful portal to the other solar systems and universes, and it's also shifting us from our carbon to our crystalline based bodies. Now the sun is sending down the cosmic flush. It's coming back towards the earth, and see it coming back towards where you live, and it's going to enter in through the roof of your house, or if you're outside, and through the crown of your head, and see that energy come through you like a crystalline waterfall, and the figure eight just picking up any low or dense energies that you might want to let it go in there. If you've been anxious, tired, stressed, worried, whatever it is going on, or if you're just needing that peace, just send in, like, I just need more peace, whatever it is you're in. If things are good, just say, please just keep it the way it's been. So see it go in that waters, and then send that energy down your legs again, and down through those layers of the earth into that surrounding that giant crystal, which I now see as a ring of crystalline light. And this energy is going to flow into that crystalline light and be transmuted. It just sort of poof, disappears into that crystalline ring of light. And now put your hands on your heart, and you're now connecting back into your heart, which is your soul light. This is your soul light, your connection to God's source. And this light is going to now fill you up. It's going to start flowing forward into the front of your chest, filling up your cells. Feel your cells being filled up with this beautiful golden soul light, this liquid light of love. It's unconditional love light of source. It's filling you up, and it's flowing around you, creating this beautiful encasement of light, like a cocoon of light, golden light. And then I always ask for an intention. So, Vivica, what is your intention for this session today?
To clear any soul contracts, bonds that is limiting us from moving and reawakening to our true nature, true power into the new year. So clearing any old
Okay,
outdated soul contracts.
beautiful, beautiful. And my intention for all of us is to integrate our heart and our personality intelligence together, to be just guided by our soul light, which is what we're meant to do, to integrate our personality and our soul to become one, because our personality is here to keep us safe, and our soul is here to make us into the God essence that we're meant to be. And when we integrate them, we become all that we are meant to be. So that is my intention for this session as well. So thank you, thank you, thank you, everyone. Take a deep breath and allow yourself to slowly come back into your body, and then open your eyes. And here we are in that beautiful sacred space that we just created and cleared. And oh, it looks better. The energy feels better, and it looks better.
Yeah. And I really enjoyed your bowl.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, that
Thank
was
you. That was a
beautiful.
beautiful present from friends a few years ago, way back, one of my major birthdays.
Oh, really? Talking
Yeah.
about that, I have a little surprise.
Oh,
Can I
right.
share it? Can I share it? Yeah. So this just came in the mail today, and this is actually something you sent me, Janet.
Yes, it
And I
is.
have no clue what it is. It's like, well, it's
No,
the
you
holiday
don't.
season, but I thought, what better? It arrived today. I don't know when
I
you sent it,
know.
but is it a long time ago
It's
you sent it?
wonderful. It's perfect. I'm so excited because I get to see you open it, which is really, really special.
So I got my scissors because I want to share what you, Janet, sent me because I think it's a lovely gesture and it's just filled with so much appreciation and gratitude. And I
And
just want to
love.
share it. Yeah. So let's see. Ooh, how
Mm.
beautiful. So here we go. I have more stuff.
Uh-huh.
So, oh, I think I know what it is. Okay. So wait a second. Merry Christmas, or thanks for all you do. Oh, that's so sweet. Thank you, Janet. That's so sweet.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, I can't wait. So I'm going to open it. This is the,
Yes.
so let's see. Did you know this from Atlantis? I'm getting Atlantis flashbacks, Janet.
Well, I was guided to pick. I was guided to pick what was right for you.
Okay. So now I have
Oh,
to
yeah, there
struggle.
you go. Oh, it's
Whoops.
gorgeous. Look
There's a
at how
crystal
pretty.
into there too. Look.
Yes, the crystal, keep it in the case and keep the case with you. And when you go to bed, take it off, put it in the case with the crystal.
It's
Do you like it?
beautiful. But I'm gonna
Hmm.
wear it tonight now. So I'm gonna
Yes,
take
you
my other
definitely
stuff
should.
off. So
Now,
I
your
just want,
left hand is for you, and your right hand is to give to others. So
so
the right people
I'm
will
gonna
receive
use,
the energy, and your left, you will receive the energy.
perfect. So I'm wearing
Okay.
it for everyone else today because we're doing
All
this
right.
for everyone else. So this is beautiful. And let me just read what this says. The purpose
Mm-hmm.
of your bracelet is to assist you in developing a relationship with your divine guides. Allow yourself to have a personal and meaningful experience with them. Open your heart, invite them in, and then ask for guidance. They will assist and empower you. You are the creator of your life. There is no intention you cannot manifest. Wow, that's powerful. Wow. And here you go. Yeah, all the tips and for how to use
Yes,
it.
the way to keep it well cared for. And yes, don't use it when you're cleaning the house or washing your dishes.
Oh,
Take it off.
I
Things
promise.
like that.
Well,
And I always don't put it in the shower. Don't
no.
take it in the water. Yeah. Well, some people wear jewelry like nonstop. They just don't think about it. But these are crystals,
Oh, I
and
promise you.
they have a
I even
vibration.
do that with my normals. I clean them.
Yes,
So I take them
me
off
too.
every day. Yeah, and I don't use them when I, my intention is when I take them on, I know why and I
Like
choose
here's some of
carefully.
mine.
Yeah.
Here's some of my crystals that I have. I have so many of those bracelets. I am a major. I just bought myself Raphael
Oh,
because I
yeah, the
felt
green
guided.
there. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah,
It's
the
beautiful.
green, and then this one is Gabrielle underneath it.
But
Hmm.
really, I did get the flashback from Atlantis here.
I was guided
And
for that one. I went through
Nazarius is
all
my
of them.
spirit guide, and he has this kind of dark blue color and turquoise color, and he changed, and he was on Atlantis with me. So I don't know how you knew this, Janet, but then again, we've been on Atlantis
Well, I was
together.
also on Atlantis with you, so
Yeah,
it's probably just a knowing.
it's so beautiful. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate
You're
you, Janet.
welcome. I'm
Love
so
you, and
glad.
thank you. I'm gonna wear it with pride and joy and unconditional love within my heart. So thank you.
You're welcome. That's what it was sent with.
So let me, bring now that I have the bracelet on, I would love to share the card I picked for this topic today of
Hmm.
Reawaken to Your Soul's Calling. And it's funny because I just got this deck. It's the Work Your Light Oracle cards by Rebecca Campbell. And I actually got it because of my younger daughter wanted this deck for Christmas. So I actually have
Hmm.
two. And but I've pulled cards every day since I got it to get to embrace this card deck because I think it's important and to to find your way through the cards.
Yes.
And I've just pulled three cards the whole time, the same three cards. But today, doing this and setting the intention for today, we actually got the card Akasha. So I'm going to show it. Now it's me trying to get this right. So
There you
wait a
go.
second. There
Perfect.
we go. Yep.
Yep.
Your
Very
guidance is
well said.
divinely guided.
Yes.
So I'm
Perfect.
just going to quickly read what it says. It says Akasha exists in the fifth dimension and the library of souls. All
Hmm.
souls contract, history, gifts, lessons, and more exist here. We have we each have access to this information of the past, present, and future and can tap into it at any time. While we have free will, there are also points of the timeline of our lives that are predestined or pre planned, soul contracts or agreements that were made before incarnating. It would be a company to you. It could be a company you chose to work for, a relationship you plan to have, or a person you agree to mentor or help. Whatever it is, know that it's divinely guided and will not bypass you, just like us. This is a soul contract that you and I are signed to proceed. This card is it. You are likely living out an important part of your soul's journey, and you are exactly where you need to be. This is very exciting indeed. It is time to call in the support of your helpers, both in the physical realm and the spirit world, to trust the signs coming, to take note of your dreams, to notice any feelings or visions that you receive, for you are tapping into the wisdom of the Akasha and you are being given the go ahead to proceed. I thought that was lovely.
Mm. Well, That's an important message. Very important. I mean, the Akashic records can tell us so much about what, we just don't know. It's in our subconscious. And until we're ready, we don't know. We don't get to find out, I think is how it works. When we're ready, then we get it because now we will hear it, although sometimes we hear it and we haven't heard it yet. We hear it, we have to get the repeat a few times. I know for me that's a lot of the ways I learn is constant repetition. So this one is Coyote Spirit, and the coyote says, trust in divine detours. So he says, do you find that you are being led on a strange detour in your life right now? Does it seem that what appears to be the next right action and the right choice, best situation, or fabulous relationship unexpectedly turns into the opposite, or just disappears into thin air as if you've been tricked? Wow, interesting. Coyote spirit trickster energy is designed to bring you into situations to teach you lessons you have forgotten to learn. Well, here we go. It's sort of like what we just said, like I've said, we have to keep repeating. Perhaps you need a taste of failure before you experience success, a need to feel disappointment before you can truly appreciate the joy, the love, and the prosperity that is coming up for you. Perhaps you are revisiting a pattern you forgot wasn't in alignment with the life you are intending to co create. Being reminded that gratitude, not complacency, will keep you awake and aware of all that is available to you in this moment. Coyote Spirit reminds you to laugh about the unexpected twists, to develop humility and gratitude while releasing your attachments to the form of your desires. Even when you suddenly find yourself on a detour, wondering when you will get back on track to manifesting what you desire, remember that Spirit has a plan and wants the best for you. Trust in divine order now. Coyote Spirit is a divine helper. No matter what seems to go astray, things are exactly as they are supposed to be. Well, that kind of aligns with what you shared with me earlier. That was kind of going on with you. And, I've had so many detours in my life that I've had to be so patient and go, okay, this obviously isn't meant to happen or work or whatever. So it's not my time. And I've had to allow that. And it's a hard lesson. Ooh, because you can get bitter, you can get resentful, you can get angry, and then you look outward instead of inward, and the whole thing is to look inward rather than outward because it's not about anyone around you because you've attracted those emotions and experiences to you because of this need to learn this lesson. And so when we are not getting it, it's going to keep repeating. So interesting, isn't it?
When I said we needed to clear, and that was my intention for today, I think it's what I've been doing for quite a bit this year. I've been clearing old soul contracts. I've been clearing old patterns.
Mm-hmm.
I've been clearing and releasing any energy that's stuck in the past, whether it's past lives or in my past in this lifetime. And it's just about becoming aware, like bringing your awareness to a new level. So to be still enough to listen and hear your voice calling on you again, because many people think of the soul calling, that there's something huge that needs to happen for your soul to call, and this is the way I need to go. But actually, the soul is calling on you every single moment. It is
Mm-hmm.
like your deepest GPS. It's even more than the intuition. You could say the intuition is allowing you on the path so you can listen to your soul's calling and you can allow yourself to be guided and allow the soul to lead the path. And so I'm thinking, for me, everything coming up now is I've been working on clearing a lot of things in the Akashic records, or what I like to look at it as soul, the life, the library of life books. And so I've been clearing a lot of that this year, and I've
Oh,
had
yeah.
to go through the experience in the now. And so I know this because of the awareness and being in contact with who I am and struggling and feeling the different parts of me coming from the depth of me to be released. And I've had to be really, really kind to myself and really allow myself to go through that pain, go through that sorrow, go through that
Mm-hmm.
fear. So everything that I've once experienced needs to arise again to actually integrate the lessons. So this happened today. Like I told you, like it wasn't the same as the Facebook incidents, but something new arises, where the theme again had to do with money. But this time I discovered that I had money and I didn't know I had money because it wasn't,
which is
so
a
it was
nice
the flip
surprise.
side. Yeah, but it was the
Yeah.
flip side. But how
Yes.
did I react? Because how I noticed it was, kind of the same as being blamed of something, being
Hmm. Hmm.
accused of something, which
Right.
could
Right. Like you
trigger
did something
anger,
wrong. Yeah.
fear. Yeah. What are you
Yeah.
trying to cheat somebody? Whatever, but it's
Right.
like, I didn't even know. I can't even remember. But so it was an interesting observation because I was aware of this because I'm in it. And I thought, this
Hmm.
is what I needed now. I've had the flip side, and where I got double back from, the money that was stolen from me. And then here I discover I have money. It's just in another country.
Yeah.
And
Which is a
it's
little
like,
blessing.
yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, so
A
this is
blessing in
all the
disguise.
same.
It's like that spiritual divine detour you had.
Yes. And now I understand because I'm coming full circle. I can integrate now. And it is coming up for me to release the past. It's
Mm,
reminding me that you're not supposed to have energy attachments out there, stuck in other countries, what you call it, or wherever. You need to be aware of where you
right.
have your energy. And that means
Right.
also what you've created in the 3D world. And I don't want to
Hmm.
be in the 3D world. I'm ascending. So I
Right.
need to release all those things. And of course, that's part of the clearing the Akashic records. It will arise and it will show
Mm,
itself in this life. And I'm thinking, this is a really good sign because, again, like the card says, it's a sign and you have to listen. And we all are humans having a human experience, souls having a human experience. And we
hmm.
just have to allow it and remember to love yourself while you're going through it. So having more fun, that's my thing. Like we talked about, more joy in the life because
Oh,
it's
absolutely.
easy.
And
Yeah.
yes. And that's so perfect. I had an experience this week where I am following a new like functional medicine doctor for just for clearing sake, just to keep up on my physical health as well as my spiritual health. And he gave me some new vitamins, and they weren't agreeing with me. I was in extreme pain in my back, and I don't, and I, it was like, whoa, where is this coming from? So I had to go to another friend for healing because I couldn't clear it myself. I couldn't get it to go. So she ended up bringing up a life for me that was when I was 18 years old. She goes, "What happened when you were 18?" And I'm thinking, what happened when I was 18? I mean, so much happened when I was young. Like, what happened when I was 18? And I zeroed in on this one particular incident with an old boyfriend. And I was like, wow. Because I got myself out of a situation that I seemed to be being set up in that I didn't want to be in. And I didn't, it wasn't said out loud, but I wasn't even in the spiritual world yet then. I was just very intuitive in my own self. And I knew something didn't feel right. And I got out of the area. I was so mad at him. I said, what the heck are you setting me up for here? And so it came back, and it was like my 18-year-old wanted me to clear that and to realize that she's still suffering from that.
Mm.
And that was so powerful for me to see. So I had to connect with the 18-year-old. She was really angry at me, and she wasn't trusting me, of course. And so I sat with her and I held her, and this is all, intuitive. And I'm, expressing how much I care, and that I know how much we went through in those days. And it was a lot. And so, I mean, we all do growing up. I mean, we're all learning as we grow up. We're learning about how to manage ourselves in life, and what are our values, and what are our priorities, and blah, blah, blah. And what are our boundaries, and boundaries was a big issue in this situation. And so I held my boundaries. And they were sort of giggling, him and somebody else he was with. And I'm like, no, this isn't funny for me because I'm the woman in this one and I don't appreciate this one bit. So she and I mourned it. We cried. It was everything. We had to go through all the physical as well as the, mental and spiritual connection of it. And wow, the pain in my back is gone. And
Is
so it
that
just
yeah.
shows, besides I stopped taking what he gave me and I had to get on something else to help alleviate, which did help too. So I've done both. And it was so interesting because I was reading today how it's important. And this was Elizabeth Prue, who I follow, and she's very interesting. She can be very pinpointed. I follow a lot of people besides you, Rebecca, but you and I always, it's helpful to learn from other people in so
Yes.
many ways, but we get so much. So she talked about how it's important to connect your physical reality right now and with your spiritual reality. Don't just keep working on your spiritual. You also have to pay attention to your body,
Mm.
what's going on in your body, because that is your soul expression on earth. Your physical body is your soul expression. This is what you manifested into your soul expression, is our bodies right now. So this is, you've heard the word temple. It's our temple, and they've said that years ago, but now it's so important to know, to be in that integration. And I mentioned in the balancing exercise and the clearing exercise that it's important to connect your personality to your soul, and your personality is your brain, your head, and your soul is your heart. Your heart guided, your heart is guided by your soul energy, and your head is guided by your personality, which is your identity. But your identity wants to keep us safe, and it wants to keep us secure. So it doesn't like change. It hates change. So it's important for us to connect that head to the heart. So when we connect them and we work through the heart to allow that the information to come through the heart, then we become much more enlightened and integrated and more in the flow of our life. We become more in the flow. We're more in alignment with our higher consciousness that we're trying to expand into. Our soul expansion, our soul evolution is on the right track.
Mm.
And when it isn't, then we are put up with these different lessons that get in our way. Like, I had that pain in my back. You had a situation with a foreign bank account, which was exciting in the long run.
It wasn't
Mine,
exciting the way I got to know about
it
it. It
doesn't
was
feel
not
good at
exciting.
all. It never feels good. No, none of this feels good when you're going through it. But when we look back, we're always going, wow, look at what we got from that. It's such a different journey we are. And then the other point that I love that she made was learning. We always learn through pain. And isn't it ready? Aren't we ready to learn through joy? Are
Mm.
we getting ready to, you said that yourself, I want to live in joy. And so aren't we ready to learn through joy? It's going to happen for us. And
Yeah.
we're getting ready for it because we're bringing it in. And the more we think of it, like, why do I have to learn through pain? Like, this is what we've been trained. No pain, no gain.
Oh, yeah.
This is how we've learned all these quotes about pain, and you have to work hard to get anywhere in life. And you know what, we're learning that that's not true in the spirit, in it, when you're doing this kind of work and you're on your spiritual path, and that's your integration of everything. You don't have to be doing what we're doing. You can just be in a joy of what you're doing in your life, and that's a passion, and that's a soul guided purpose that you're on.
And that is
So
what your soul is calling you to do. It's actually live in
exactly.
the
It's what
joy.
you made the alignment with your soul before you came over. That was part of the kind of the contract and purpose you set up for yourself. And so um she talked, I thought it was so perfect because we're here to learn through joy. I mean, we can shift that, and we're starting to call it in, because now that we're in this path, we've learned through all this pain the last 2.5 years. Talk about pain. We've all been in all kinds of different pain that we never thought would experience. We've been very fortunate in certain countries not to be in directly into a war, but many people are. So they're getting it physically in a war situation versus us who are getting it like in emotional warring, that kind of a situation where we're dealing with also your values, your boundaries, your physical body versus your spiritual energy. I mean, look at what we've gone through. We've had to take care of our physical bodies in such a way these last 3 years, almost 3 years now, to protect ourselves. Now, whatever path you've made, that is your choice, but you still have to protect yourself no matter which choice you've made. You have to take care of it because there's all kinds of things popping up. So,
But what I think is important in this discussion, Janet, is that we have to reframe how we look at pain. We have to
yes,
reframe how we
yes.
look at our lives. We have to
Mm-hmm.
do it from a soul perspective, where we say and we acknowledge that I chose this. Because in that acknowledgement that I decided this life, every pain, every challenge, everything that I've gone through has a mission for me. It's something to teach me. And I chose this, which means I'm so strong that I'm able to go through this. I have so much trust in my human self that I know that I can get through this. So when we start reframing and thinking about how powerful we really are that chose this path, it's all shifting, because then you're moving out of it. You're lifting your vibration, and you're just becoming that power again. You're reclaiming it. And that's how we
Exactly.
reawaken to that true power that we carry within us. And that's the beauty when we start listening to our souls again, and you can hear it crystal clear. And how do you know it? Because it brings you joy. I usually say makes my heart bubble with joy. That's when I know I'm on track. The soul is spoken. And as long as I keep moving in that direction, following what's giving me joy, that I think is, not only fun, but it's giving me a purpose. Here comes the purpose, right? Giving me a purpose, then I know I'm on the right track. And it's, to
Yeah,
me,
and
knowing that whenever thing comes my way, I trust that there's a lesson for me to learn. And I trust my power that no matter what happens, this too shall pass. I will move through it, and I will learn what is necessary, and I will
mhm.
race again. I will race again.
Yes, yes. And the only thing about pain I want to say is it's like our early warning system. Our body is telling us that we're not in alignment with our soul. So if you're in any kind of physical pain or even emotional pain, it's like your early warning system. This is like your GPS telling you to pay attention. Something's not working. And it could be spiritual. So if you go into your emotional body and say, well, what is emotionally affecting me, which is connecting to your soul, because your soul will work through that quicker if you identify your emotion. I feel, for me, I know when I identify my emotions, like what happened with my 18-year-old, that helps alleviate the pain so much faster. So, not to be afraid to deal with this stuff. It's not easy. And everyone hates to be responsible for some of the choices they've made. And a lot of people hate to be responsible. I mean, I can't say everybody, but a lot of people don't want to be responsible for what they've created in their life. But yet, there comes a time where we have to start looking. If it's not working, it's only us. I mean,
Mhm.
you can move houses, you can move addresses, you can move countries, but you're still taking you with you. And
Yeah.
that's still going to happen no matter where you go.
Mhm.
So you may change the environment, but you're not going to change the outcome of what this lesson you haven't learned yet is going to keep coming up in another shape or form. Could be worse, because you
Yeah.
know how the warning bells get stronger and stronger if you're not listening. If you're
So
not
this
listening, it's going to
makes
put it
me
in your face.
Yeah, this makes me think of the card we pulled and our topic for today. So I said,
Oh, sure.
let's clear the soul contracts. So think about
Mhm,
this. If you're in pain and you're blaming a relationship,
mhm.
something is external, usually that's how we say, this person or that is making me feel this way. Except of, no, you're actually
I
making
have to
yourself feel
laugh
that way.
because it
Yeah.
said we should laugh at
Yeah.
ourselves, because I'm always blaming my husband. Look
Yeah.
at you made me do it. He goes,
Yeah.
wait a minute. I
Yeah.
didn't make you do that. But he'll say that to me too.
Yeah.
We'll do it to each other. And we have to
Yeah.
start. Sometimes we just start laughing because we're like
Yeah.
two children. Okay,
Yes.
stop.
Yes. So, what you need to do is, when you acknowledge that, I need to take responsibility not only for my pain, but the emotions I'm creating, like my feelings towards other people. As soon as you are bringing that attention in, you're pulling your energy from the other people. You're pulling your energy back in. In that
Hmm.
moment,
Hmm.
it's very easy to bring other people's energy in with you. So in that
Oh,
process, it's very easy that, okay, I need to clear this. As I'm bringing this in, just like you said, you're telling yourself, you're expressing your emotions, but make sure that you release it by lifting it into the attention of the soul. What is my intention for this emotion, this feeling, or this situation? What am I trying to learn from this? If you start asking yourself higher questions, it will release you from the lower vibrations. And in that, you're not bringing the energy back in with you. If you're bringing your energy back and you're not lifting your vibration, you're just doing the work right there and then to soften the pain, you're not releasing, you're actually bringing the energy back in with you. And then you're taking on and adopted other people's energy. And that's how they get a control over you. That's how they control your
Exactly.
behavior. So
Yes, that's part of
release
the
and clear,
whole
and you do
agenda.
the best ways to lift your vibration. And in that process, you can, cut the cords, you can send the energy back, you can, whatever the way you'd like to do it, but make sure you go through the process, like you said, go through the emotions, lift it and release it and clear it. Like that's a three
Yes.
step, but you need to do that.
And it's really, I think it's so important for people to realize that it's when you're clearing emotion or anything dense or dark around you, send it to the light. Get it to be transmuted, because you don't want it to go to somebody else. You don't want it to keep
You're
bouncing
right.
person to person. You want it to be cleared out of the whole area. So send it to the light to be transmuted. Otherwise, it can find something else. It'll be some other living body that it wants to jump into, because we don't want that. We don't want that in our lives. We want to release it and clear it off the planet.
Yes,
So
I
send it to
remember.
the light.
Yeah, I remember our friend, our mutual friend, psychic
Laura.
medium Laura Fontaine said, "Let's not litter the ether." I love that. I love
Exactly.
that. We wouldn't
Don't
throw
litter the
garbage
ether. It's a
around our
perfect,
house or
I
in the
love that
street.
phrase.
Yeah,
Yes. Don't litter the ether. It's
yeah,
just like, even like when we bury people in the soil, we're just recontaminating the
yeah.
soil.
Yes,
I mean, to me, the ancient cultures burned the bodies. They
yes.
burned it. And I know I'm being burned. I want to be
Mm,
cremated. I do
yeah,
not want to put my body back into the soil, because I mean, hopefully I won't have any deadly diseases, but it doesn't do any good. And that soul's not there anyway.
yeah,
Your soul is back with, the divine one. And so if you want to connect with that person, you just have to do the connection, through your energetic intuition. Ask for that person to show up in a good way, ask for
yes.
that person to give me a sign, and
Mm,
so there's so many things that we do that we've been shown, or been told that is the right way, which is not. The ancient way is they never littered the earth with all these bodies and all this. It's litter. It's
mm,
auric litter hanging around in our soil. It's almost like pulling us down more, because when you go through these cemeteries and things,
oh, for
sometimes those
sure.
energies cling on to you.
Oh,
I
yeah.
remember walking through cemeteries when I was a kid, thinking it
Mm,
was so cool because they were beautiful places. But I never thought of anything about energy connecting with me. And now I know that's very possible. And
yeah,
you won't see me walking through cemeteries anymore. I'll be putting, protection around me first
yeah.
before I do. And if you go to a cemetery to grieve a loved one and you have people there, then put protection around yourself. I mean, that's not being dishonorable to your loved one. It's
Mm,
protecting yourself. And that's what it's all about. You have to care for yourself first. This is why we're here, to
so
love
true.
ourselves, right?
So
Self
true.
love. And that's
Yeah.
you know, it's our
So,
spiritual wake up call.
yeah.
It's our
So
spiritual wake
let's
up call.
let's have your best tip, Janet, for how you think or how you feel listening to your soul's calling is the best way for you, or yeah, what do you think is
Well,
your
I
best?
mean, it's kind of a tip everyone talks about in a way, because the way I really get clarity is to sit in quiet and
Yeah,
to really do like
stillness.
meditation and to write. So if I
Yeah.
meditate, I also have a pad with me, a journal, and I will do sometimes automatic writing, which I
Mm-hmm.
just allow whatever comes through to come out. And we've said this before, or just to be in stillness and ground yourself and put yourself in this sacred space
Mm-hmm.
and ask the universe, what, like you said earlier, what am I need to learn from this situation? What am I missing? Because sometimes we can be running in circles like those little critters on the little wheel,
Yeah.
the hamster on the wheel, not getting anywhere. So
Mm.
if you're stuck and you keep repeating and you're going in circles and you have this, like I can argue in my head with somebody. I mean, don't
Mhm.
do you ever do that? I can
No,
argue in
no,
my
I
head with
don't.
somebody. Yes, I do. I'll make up an argument
That's
and
a
I'll argue,
waste of
and they don't even.
energy, Janet. I wouldn't
Of
do that.
course.
That's a waste
And
of
I've
energy.
gotten so much better at it. Listen, I have a long years of, trying to get through all this old stuff I'm in.
Yeah.
So I realized that this is wasted energy. Nobody
Yeah.
even knows what I'm thinking or talking about. Why am I wasting my time? This is not even, this is a reality that I could create. And once I realize that, when I'm arguing in my head with somebody or creating this scenario, oh, they're going to do this and they're going to do that. How do I know? I don't
Yeah.
know that.
No, you don't.
I don't know that scenario.
Well, you
So,
do know it if because you're going to create it because that's
well,
what you're going
if
to
I
get.
say to myself, all right, stop. I don't
Yeah.
want this to happen. This is not really what I want. So get out of your head. But
Yes.
this is part of, being, what's the word? Energetically, what's the word? Just someone coming in and getting in your way. It may not be your energy doing it.
Yeah.
Someone's just trying to compromise you, energetic
Yeah.
compromise.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's just, so you have to think, is this really from me? Do I really think like this? No, I don't really want to think. I don't want to think like this, and I'm not going to think like
Yeah.
this.
I'm losing you, Janet. Okay, so I'm going to take the word now and end with what I would, my best tip for next year and I have to listen to your soul. I've decided to have more fun. Every time I do something that is more fun, that allows me to be playful,
Hmm.
joyful, to be truly just authentic in my expression of who I am, not worrying about anybody else than just having fun. I'm going to have more fun and I'm going to do what I want to do. And I've been taking, I've been listening because when I do me in the house, my girls go, "Oh my gosh, you can't do that, mommy." I mean, and I go, "Yes, I can. This is me. And if you don't like it, then you can go somewhere else."
Yeah,
Because I'm
exactly.
dancing, I'm doing me.
Of course. I used to always dance. So I do me by doing, I'm silly because see here, here's my shirt. Here's my
Yes,
little
take a
shirt.
step back so we can
I
see.
have to take a step
Yeah,
back.
there
Here
you
we
go.
are. Here's my shirt. And I love to wear silly things sometimes, which I think are fun. And I love to play games. I've been playing games with my friends for 20 years. I play cards, I play board games. When we get together, I cannot just sit around and just watch people drink or eat.
No.
I want to do something. I
Yeah.
want to play a game. So that's the people that I resonate with are the ones who play. I'm a player, a girl,
Okay.
like a fun
That's why
player.
we
Like,
get along, Janet, because we
yes,
like to have
yes.
fun.
Yes, and it's so important to have fun. I totally, and I didn't allow myself to have fun when I was a young person. Not really. I mean, I would go to dances.
Remember,
I would love dancing.
yeah,
Dancing
so
was my
let's
fun.
bring it into the high vibration again, saying
Yep.
having fun, everything. It is about allowing the expression, your highest vibration, to be
Yeah.
express itself. And so why are we so restricted? Because we are been told to you're too much or don't do that, and so it's like we've lost our way. We are trying to just live according to what other people think is enough
Mm.
or
Hmm.
valuable enough. But no, this is your time. This is your time to shine. This is your way of
Hmm.
living. You do you. And I'm saying when I'm having fun, I don't need friends or family, to be honest. I
Right.
create my own fun because I can't always say, "Oh, I don't, nobody want to hang with me," or "Nobody wanted to go and see that show." Well, hey,
Oh,
I'll go by myself. If I want to
so
do
will
that,
I.
I
So will
will
I.
go.
Yes. And it took a long time. When I finally got sober after 30 years, and I don't know if I shared that out loud on this, but I've been sober 30 years. Once I got sober, I could go to restaurant while I was getting sober. I could go to restaurants. I started taking myself to restaurants. I take a book with me so I didn't feel so alone and read while I was eating. And I just loved taking myself to a restaurant. I thought this was the first expression of self-love I ever gave my was doing that. And then as I got more mature with it, I could go to a movie. Like you said, if friends couldn't
Okay.
when I was very young, I joined a health club and I invited a friend to come with me, and she didn't like it, and I loved it. I belonged to that health club for 27 years.
Mm,
I had a blast. I mean, I went 3, 4 times a week.
mm.
I was totally into it.
Yeah.
And, that made me joyful. That kept me happy. And so
Yes.
I never needed anybody to do anything. Even when I was a young person, I didn't. I would do it on my own.
Mm. I
Yeah,
think that's
interesting.
a very good lesson to have that because I've noticed that when you are faced with your mission, or I'm just calling it a mission,
Mhm.
something that you really want to do, and you're just praying that somebody will discover you and see how good you are, or whatever, like see your abilities and want to help you, and lift you up and say you're so good, do this. It's not going to happen.
Right.
I'm sorry to say, we're all here to create our own destiny and to create our own life.
Hmm.
And for most of us, it's not in our cards, if you wish. We're not dealt ourselves the easy hand. Look at what humanity is going through. We are here as torchbearers, as light workers,
Well, to
to
shift
share
out
our
of it,
light.
to shift it
Yes,
out. Yeah.
to shift.
Hmm.
Yes. And that's why, knowing that you have to do the work, it's better to know, and especially who you share your passions with. Make
Hmm.
sure that you read the energy, because if you share it with one person that you know intuitively will not resonate,
Mm-hmm.
are you then trying to sabotage yourself because you're afraid? It's a
Oh,
question you should ask
oh,
yourself.
yeah. That's a good question.
Yeah.
That's a really good question.
Yes, because you're sabotaging yourself. You're not, and you're going to blame that person, that person said that this wouldn't work. And you know what? No, I'm not going to do it because this person knows more than me and he knows what he's
Right,
talking
because
about, or whatever.
we're giving
Yeah.
our power away then.
Yes.
We're not
Don't do
claiming our
that.
own spiritual power. We're not claiming who we are anymore when we give that power away. That's the old way. That's the old way. We used to ask everyone's opinion. Do you think this is okay? Do you think that's okay?
Yeah.
Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And it's not the way. It's
No,
not
that's
the
the
way.
old. So when you move into next year, make sure you clear that. Make sure
Mm.
you let it go and
Oh,
start
yeah,
focusing on what makes you happy. What do you want
exactly.
to do? It's not egotistical, because when you listen
No.
to your soul, it's always in a unification. We're all one. So you will always deal from the highest vibration, which means you include everyone. It's an
Yes. Yes.
ecological way of thinking.
Yes.
So don't
Yeah.
worry about it. Just follow your
Yeah.
heart and soul.
Exactly. And I just want to add my 18-year-old, when I was connecting with her, I said, "What will bring you joy?" And I said, "What can we do that'll bring you joy that I can do together with you that during my days?" And she said, "Read books. I love to read."
Yeah.
And I've been wanting to read all year. And I finally started reading. I've probably read a half a dozen books at least finally. And I hadn't been able to do that for like 3, 4 years because I've been too busy outwardly doing things instead of calming it down and no more self-sabotaging myself, doing it so it's making me happy, and I've the self-sabotage I learned when I was getting sober. That was a huge understanding of that. I didn't even know what that word was until I was getting sober, and wow, what an awareness that was.
Mm,
And so you bringing that back, what a great reminder. Thank you for that. That was a
thank you.
very important reminder.
Thank you. Would you like to end this session, Janet? That was beautiful. Would you like to close the
Okay,
sacred space for
sure.
us? And I just want to say thank you for everyone watching. And I want to make sure that you stay tuned, because on the 29th, no, 28th, 28th,
29th,
Thursday,
I think.
28th of November, no, December, sorry, we'll
Hold on.
have the amazing astrologer, Dr. Henning Hai Lee. He will come on, he will do his live readings as well, and he will predict 2023. You don't want to miss it.
Ah,
He'll do it
okay.
live for us. So
How
if you are
cool.
interested in knowing how you can listen to your soul and what energies are coming from the universe and the astrology way of, and the Chinese horoscope, of course, then you don't want to miss this. Join us. This is going to
Fabulous.
be a lot of fun.
I love that. I love that. So yes, it'll be the last Thursday in December. So if I don't, my phone's off, so I can't tell what the date is. But 7, 8 is 15.
It is it is actually the 29th.
That's what I thought. It was the
Yeah, it's the
29th. That's why I
29th.
wanted to make sure that
Yeah, make sure.
we saved the last Thursday of the month. Yeah.
Yes.
So very exciting. Well, happy holidays to everyone. And well, it'll be a happy new year when we will see you again. It'll be after the new year. Yes. And so we will just do an ending. I'll start with the bowl. We'll end with some sound.
Yes, thank you.
And I was going to try to chant, but my voice wasn't coming up. It was pretty bad. So I said I better not. So as you listen to the sounds of the bowl, take a deep breath in through your nose and down into your belly, and feel your feet in the ground. And again, take another deep breath down into your belly. Feel yourself in your body. And one more last deep breath into your body. And we thank all the beings of light who are here today for all that you brought through for everyone. And we're asking everyone to, during this very busy time, to take a moment to breathe and come back into your body. When things start feeling too much, that you can't keep up with it, take a stop and just breathe. Because many times we're not breathing during these holiday seasons. We are just moving. So breathe, relax, and you're going to feel yourself come. You're going to feel more joy as you prepare and celebrate these holidays with your family. And we thank you again, all beings of light. We're going to cut those cords, send them back to you all with love. And we thank you again for being here with us today. And we love you. And we thank you all for joining us. And we see you in the new year.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. Happy holidays, everybody. Happy Hanukkah for those who do that one.
Yes.
All right. Take care. Bye.